What's up guys, welcome to another video and welcome to frigid Kansas. Now if you guys are not familiar with Kansas weather, like I am, you'll know we skip kind of the two mild seasons, fall and spring. I'd say we have about a week of each. Going back into October, we were still having super hot days, and then we had a week of like really mild weather. This week it's down into the 30s already. This weekend we had some snow flurries and stuff. So yeah, nice and chilly already here, winter. We can feel it that we just, skipped right over fall and just straight into winter. So good times. We'll especially put a damper on Halloween, which is tomorrow. It's going to be very frigid. We're going to have to bundle the kids up. We're supposed to have a couple of truck and treats this weekend, but those got canceled because of the weather. So yeah, not so nice. I can't remember the last time it snowed here before Halloween, but here we are. So if you guys caught my last video, I talked about some of the things I like about my M4 versus the G80 M3 that I'd previously owned. I thought what I would do in this video is, I realized I've had this car for 3 months now and haven't done a driving video on it. So I figured I'd put the POV cam on. We'll take this thing for a drive and I can kind of show you guys my impressions and just some of what I think about the driving experience of this M4. But first, in case we have some people tuning in for the first time, this is my 2024 M4 Competition xDrive. So this is the all-wheel drive version of this car. The color is Toronto red. Usually looks very red, but you can tell there's a little bit, especially in the sun, there's a little bit of an orange tint to it. Quad exhaust in the back. You see this one does not have the carbon fiber package. It has gloss black accents all around, which I've grown to kind of like. I think especially with this color, the contrast with the gloss black looks especially good. Let's come into the interior. This has iDrive 8 with the curved screen. I do have the Silverstone leather, not the extended leather, but really loving this color. At first I didn't know if it was going to be like a white, but it's like a cool gray, and I think this is probably one of BMW's coolest interior colors. This does have the carbon fiber pack. You can see I've got my kids' car seats in the back. They fit perfectly back there. So what else does this car have? It also has the M drivers package, which raises the top speed from, I think it's 155 to like 177 or something like that, which I will never be driving this car because I don't want to go to jail. The one thing that's a little bit of a bummer is this does not have the drift analyzer that comes in, I think it's like the M drivers professional package or something like that. So that is not equipped on this car. That is an option that you have to add. And just as far as ownership, as I mentioned, I've had this for about 3 months now. Put about 2,000 miles on it. It has had the break-in service done with the oil change to get the factory oil out, and also the rear differential oil has been changed as well. All right, so that's enough of an intro. Let's go ahead and jump in the car and I'll get on the POV cam and we'll start driving. See, I'm getting the tire pressure. That's just because it's so cold out. It's 32 degrees. I think one of them is maybe a little bit low, but hopefully by the time get the car warmed up, it will pop back up. All right, so we'll go ahead and take off. Yeah, the tires are a little cold, so they're chirping a little bit this morning. So I can keep getting the warning. Yeah, so for this video, if you saw the X5M driving POV video, I think that turned out pretty well, but there are a few things hoping to improve on as far as how that video came out. So I'm trying a little bit different setup, so bear with me, guys. I've got a few things I kind of want to experiment with as far as POV driving videos, and how exactly we get those in the right setup. All right, so first of all, I've got the setup in the middle here, so you can probably see that everything's inefficient, everything's in comfort. So one of the things that made me fall in love with the G80 and G82 platform is this is a pretty wicked performance car, but at the same time, you dial everything back and it makes for a very comfortable daily driver. So this has a lot of versatility. If you just want to have, one car in your garage and don't want to have a separate sports car, this is a great solution for that. All right, so I'll put things in M1. That changes the engine to Sport Plus. You can see the RPMs shot up right away. It holds the RPM count a little bit higher, opens up the valves and the exhaust as well, so you can probably start to hear that a little bit better. So for M1, I have the suspension set up for comfort, steering for sport, and also brakes for comfort. I've tried the brakes in sport, but I feel like that makes them just a little too grabby. Get on the highway here and give you a little bit of an acceleration on the on-ramp. This thing just handles so well. I mean, this is a sports sedan. It's definitely not a sports car, so it's a bigger car for sure. But the way it handles is just insane. Like on the road, you're not going to come anywhere near its limits. You can just feel how, with the grip this thing has, just how capable it is. So yeah, this versus the older, the F80s, that alone, having the all-wheel drive option makes it a way better daily driver, because you can still drive it through winter, especially if you're putting all-season tires on it or something. So yeah, this thing is super comfortable on the highway. I've taken this on a road trip it was 4 hours each way, and I found myself very comfortable throughout. So what really helps that is if you push this button here, it'll pretty much drive itself. You can see assisted driving mode on. It will maintain the speed you give it, and if there's a car in front of you, it will maintain like a certain distance between you and the next car. Also, it will maintain the lane you're in. So here I can take my hands off the wheel and it's kind of driving itself. You can see it's staying in the lane. If you leave your hands off for too long or you're not steering the car, this will blink at you a little bit and kind of warn you that you need to have somewhat control of this thing. So yeah, the best thing is if you give it some gas, you can hear it start to rev up there, and then once you let off, there's a few pops and stuff that come off the exhaust. So sounds great, really fun to drive. This thing is a rocket. I think BMW's like official 0 to 60 time on the website was 3.4, but if you go online and you see people doing it with dragging and stuff, with the all-wheel drive version, they're getting somewhere more around kind of 3 seconds. So this thing is incredibly fast. Yeah, definitely on the highway, the cruise control does come in handy because this thing just, no matter what speed you're going, it wants to go faster. And if you're not paying attention, you can look down, you can be doing 90 without even realizing it, because it's so stable. It's such a smooth ride that this thing can do incredibly high speeds without you even realizing it. And you can switch up the gauges. There's an M mode button down by the shifter. If I push that, it will give me an option to switch that between road and sport. I'll put that in sport, and you'll see it'll change up if I push it. There we go. There, it'll change up the gauge cluster and what's displaying there. Also change the content on the left of this, so you can put the settings there. So I like this view. You got your RPMs right in the middle, your gear right here. You see if I switch it to manual mode, there I've got the 7 in the middle. Switch it back to automatic. Corners, like this thing just sticks so well. So yeah, with it being all-wheel drive, that helps out a ton with that. The grip, you never really feel like you're going to lose grip. And then also, it's like you also have the rear-wheel drive version, because you can, in the settings, change it to where it's sending all the power to the rear as well. So if you want it to get a little squirrely or do some donuts or something, you also have that option still. Yeah, I just love what they've done with this cockpit. It's very, it's very direct to the driver. Steering wheel feels great. Got all this M stitching and stuff on it. The carbon fiber in the steering wheel looks beautiful. The carbon fiber paddles feel great. If you want to shift with those. This iDrive 8 system, I like iDrive 7, but this is such an upgrade, and it makes it look more modern in here. Makes the cockpit look a lot better. Where this is pushed back a little bit more, where it has some more space. I feel like I have a little bit more knee room than I had in my M3. So yeah, all around this. So all around is, whether it's G80 or G82, cockpit is great. It's a great place to be, and that's where you, if you buy one of these cars, that's where you're gonna be spending all your time is on the inside, not outside looking at it. And I feel like that's one of the areas where this one really shines. All right, we're gonna pull off, and I've got a back road around here. I like to take my cars down, so we'll take it down there and show you guys a little more of the handling. I'm going to put this thing in M2. It's going to ask me to confirm because this setting does change it to MDM, so changes the stability control a little bit, and also puts it in manual mode. So we'll shift with the paddles on this back road here. Get some big hills to start off with. That engine sounds so good the higher you rev it up. Once you get up above 4,000, 5,000, it just like sings. Like, I love the immediate power of the V8 I have in the X5M, but I'd have to say, just in quality of sound, I love how this inline six engine sounds compared to that. Yeah, that's got the low grumble and that sounds pretty cool, but as far as being like pleasing to the ear, I would take this over that any day. You can see here we've got some nice trees and some nice curved roads, but I don't know how fast we'll get to tape because we got this car going extremely slow in front of us. So we'll just take it easy here. This car just drives so well. I know people, kind of their biggest complaint is the steering is a little bit numb, and I think that's definitely the case if you're comparing it to something like a 911 or something. But overall, I mean, this still feels great. You still feel very connected to what you're doing. You still very connected to the car. Just feel good. Definitely not a dual clutch, but it's pretty dang close. Yeah, the accelerations of this thing are just brutal. It throws you back in your seat super hard. I mean, it just corners like a dream. It's just so planted and so just you point it to where you want to go and it goes. Yeah, like I said, had this one for a few months now. Still totally in love with the car. On this G80, G82 platform. Love both of those cars. I probably would have kept my G80 a lot longer if it didn't have the matte paints. This one doesn't have those paint concerns that I had with the matte one, but so count on me keeping this one longer. Now, I can't say that I will keep it forever just because it is a coupe. I do have young children now, but they're going to get older and bigger, and eventually I'm going to need something a little more practical. But for the time being, I do plan to hold on to this one. All right, well, that's going to wrap things up for the main portion of today's video, which was the Drive Me impressions. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the POV cam. Like I said, I've got a couple more ideas I want to try out just to get the right setup for those type of drives. So yeah, I'll just be playing around with it. You guys have any feedback, definitely let me know. So as far as upcoming videos, I have been getting some really good ideas from you guys from the channel comments, so keep those coming. So a couple of the ideas that I've gotten so far is number one, to do a garage update, because I haven't done one of those in a long time. I know there's been a lot of change in vehicles, kind of even just month to month at times, but definitely over the years too. I know some people start in videos for the channel, way back a couple of years ago, maybe back at the Gladiator or something like that. So there's been quite a bit of change in the garage. So I figured I'd put out a video in the garage. And another one of the questions I had was, as far as what I saw sticking around the channel longer term. So I'll talk about my plans for each of the vehicles that I have now and how long I plan to keep them. So I'll talk about what I've got, what's gone away, which ones I don't have anymore, which ones maybe I regret selling. So the other video I got that was interesting to me is just do a video talking about what I do for a living, how I afford my cars. Because it's not just on YouTube. I get asked that question just in everyday life. I have people ask me that question when they're asking about the cars. They ask what I do for a living, how do I afford the car. And I mean, I like talking to people. I like talking to people about stuff like that. So I will do a video just kind of answering all of those questions more in depth, and spend some time talking about what I do, just to give you guys an idea of how I was able to afford these cars, because I know the level of cars that I'm at, that's a lot of people's dream cars, and for me, for a long period of time, it was too as well. Don't think, just because this YouTube channel started in the last couple of years and I've been able to get these now, this definitely wasn't an overnight thing. I've had I've been in the same career path for 12 years, and I've taken some risks there, and some things have really paid off. So yeah, I'll spend some time discussing that topic and really go into depth for that. So for anybody who has any specific questions around that, be sure and put them down below this video or another video, and I'll be sure and get those answered. Yeah, but that's it. That's all I got for today's video. As always, appreciate all you guys joining in and watching and following along and subscribing to the channel. And be sure to tune in for the next upload, and I will catch you guys in the next one.